think it's time to take off this tape and just tell you guys what's happening with it. The green glue isn't hardening. So I peeled off all the tape and I just stuck it over here. And just to show you guys kind of how this glue and this is the green glue. I've got probably 5 or 6 more tubes of this. And it's the same thing as the weatherproofing paint and having to add silicone. Um, just basically testing whatever I have or products, basically knowing, some of the situations that can occur. The shoe goo isn't that bad for the heels, or where some things are more effective for certain things. Gluing the insole, I could refer to, or like stuff like this. I could refer to other repairs just to basically help guide me. Sometimes there might be a little split, but crazy, I you know or a little gap, kind of. I use crazy glue. Then it's really fluid and stuff. On some of them, maybe some Gorilla Glue might work. But when it dries up, it still can separate. So there's real no. I mean, I haven't. I can use a little bit of crazy glue right there. And even this other shoe, I put a bunch of liquid nail and then coated it probably with Gorilla Glue. But this shoe, it's actually really stiff. It doesn't like flex too much with the liquid nail and things. It's also a little too small for me and stuff. But liquid nail is pretty good. It's like a putty type of clay. It doesn't shrink as much as like silicone. Maybe clear silicone might be, you know, the I really haven't tried clear silicone, but it seems like it does stay flexible. Like this right here, it's pretty much clear silicone. It still stays flexible. It doesn't harden up. It clears up. So maybe I can consider, just coating everything. Uh, you know, what I have within this shoe. It's a pretty good shoe just because the rubber and the soles aren't worn down or anything. But it's just really, and it's just the glue that I use isn't hardening or bonding as good as I wanted it. So I might just get these ready for just some clear silicone, knowing or just seeing these knowing that I have just a little bit left and things, and maybe can add some glue or tape up and re-glue some of these yeah. So I do have just a little bit, like a quarter of a tube. A few of my other shoes, so I'm probably just take off the tape on this and then move on to adding the wood glue on the other shoes. So this shoe did well. It wasn't as bad as the other, but now there's a little bit of air. A lot of shoe companies do have like a press and things to really and heat to really get the glue to adhere and things. I might just reuse whatever tape I have, add some silicone, and use basically the tape and things to get these. But what I wanted to try eventually, but I just wanted to just kind of, and just spend a little time on explaining the situation right now, maybe, and getting some footage so I could edit it, so that things like that. So there are some spots that it could be either it could be silicone, clear silicone. Just rub, just all these clear spots for this shoe, and then the wood glue could be for the other shoe. But for this one, just any leftover clear silicone. Um, even though the green glue is a little bit uh, soft still, and things maybe are positioned, I could still move stuff around, at least with the green glue, or the glue that I used. So I think maybe clear silicone. So I'm gonna get the clear silicone and get and pretty much cover up all the spots, and maybe cover up as much as I can just around the whole bottom, and try to repair this while I can. So it may work out. I've been trying my best, I think, and I think I got the clear silicone right here. And I just applied some of the clear silicone, and I'm just gonna use my fingertips and just try to spread it evenly across where I need it. And so it actually does provide it's going to provide a clear coat, but I think I'm going to do around the whole bottom with any excess and things, just around the whole rubber, I would say. But it does fill in a lot of gaps. It's going to coat that the glue, basically. So maybe this might be a pretty good situation if this works. So I added a little more on this first shoe, and then I've got most of the some of the silicone on the second one. So I also put some just wherever I could. I actually oversprayed it when I was spray painting a bicycle rim. Basics to just some of the basics of gluing shoes. Instead of just throwing them out and stuff. Just a good silicone. It actually glazes a little bit too much, or shrinks a lot, but it still stays really flexible compared to other products like epoxies and liquid nail. Or it's actually, hopefully I could get in. So I got this paint's starting to harden up, so I'm going to put a little bit of paint thinner in here. So I'll put some paint thinner. So I just put a little bit of paint thinner just to move stuff around, I think. And now I'm just squeezing enough shoe goo. Just takes two hands. Okay, so it seems like it's 50-50, and I think I'm going to be able, I'm just going to start mixing this and applying it. Alright, so I'm just go ahead and use both hands to do this. And let's see how it goes. I'm just gonna avoiding the curve part, so just kind of like half. I gotta dab a little bit at a time all the way around, and then so it's pretty easy, I think. So now it's going to be, so I'm gonna be able to use the stick, I think, and just kind of smoothing out the outside exterior. So it may not look perfect, but it is a little bit repaired compared to the, and also I could kind of add a little paint maybe later. So I think I'm gonna just I think I don't have enough for all four of the shoe, so I kind of just put it up. It's gonna dry in a day or two, and I'm just gonna do these just because I'm just sorting through all these shoes, and this one's gonna just probably use up the rest of the stuff. So I'm just putting little dabs at a time with the tip of this, and then this glue isn't too soft and things, so it kind of molds or moves around like it's a little bit messy, but end up, I think so. And after this barrier dries, I'm going to probably add a little bit more. Starts to dry up a little bit. It's gonna coat that, but yeah, now I'm so heels on four basically coasters or tennis shoes. But yeah, wood glue, and I think I did this. Well, I did it. I put the I mixed some paint, white paint, and shoe goo. And this part, the insole part, is a little bit soft still. It's the green glue, most likely. I might save a little. I've got a small bucket of the same color or something like that, or I could just dab on the green. I mean, the wood glue would be okay, I think. So I might just dab on the wood glue and uh, pretty much on this shoe, just because I wear it more often nowadays and stuff, and kind of basically see how it goes. So initially, the drops and stuff, I had to, control those and start to spread the glue on and things, and it basically covers up the uh, the other type of glue, but also when it dries, it's going to harden. It's going to give it a protective layer, I think. But so I'm gonna have to balance and level this out somewhere, so that not too much drips away and stuff. And then I've got another shoe, so maybe this might be a pretty good thing for this shoe. It doesn't take that long to apply or to resurface the glue. So right here is some more of the wood glue, and I'll be right back. So it's kind of complicated if this, you know, controlling the dripping. But I think once I smeared it on, just got a thin coat and just evened and uh, did what I could to, just the everything works out just by doing this for it. It's pretty easy application and things, but if things, happens and things, I have just the strongest glues or, you know, at first instead of using wood glue, I was thinking of using crazy glue. I could try to get some more crazy glue and things, glue it all, and then epoxy it. I'm not really concerned too much about the looks. I'm not. These are just basically walking shoes. They're things like that. And also a pretty decent video. Almost tripped. Just to show you guys some of the basics to just some of the basics of gluing shoes. Instead of just throwing them out and stuff. Just a decent amount or supply of glue. I was able to repair pretty much 5 pairs of shoes. So maybe $10, $20 worth of glue. You can repair a lot of pairs of shoes for $20, or just silicone and or liquid nail. Just depends. Um, Especially with like how much you know about stuff. But the clear silicone is probably the only glue that actually stays flexible for So from a few other attempts, even the shoe goo, it starts to harden up like a plastic or but the clear silicone. It does when it dries up, it does stay flexible and rubbery, so that might be a decent product. For some of the shoe repairs, I've tried, like liquid nail at first, just because it was a real good outdoor bonding uh, thing, and just depends. That stays really flexible from what this shoe was showing me. So, thanks for watching my video. I'll talk to you guys later.